Alright everyone, welcome back to part 5 of the Star Wars Iceberg. Today we're going to be going over Tier 5. Lots of interesting things in this submission. Looking forward to going over it with you all. Kiza. Kiza was a Pentoran female and member of the Acolytes of the Beyond, a cult that revered the Sith and the dark side of the Force. She grew up in the impoverished areas of Coronet City on Corellia, harboring resentment toward perceived oppressors. After the Battle of Endor, Kiza was recruited by Yuk Tashu, a former advisor to Emperor Palpatine, into the Acolytes. During the Coronet City Revolution, Kiza infiltrated the local peace and security station, freeing fellow Acolyte Remy and killing several officers. She later participated in an attack on the New Republic outpost on Deveron, where she wore the mask of Viceroy Exim Pashad, a Sith artifact that further consumed her with the dark side. Under its influence, she killed her lover Remy. Years later, Kiza encountered Luke Skywalker on Nightside, where she channeled the power of a Sith through the mask and wielded Darth Not's lightsaber. Kiza eventually resided on a large asteroid known as Kiza's World, located on the edge of the Red Honeycomb Zone in the Unknown Regions. She lived there for many years until her death in 21 ABY. The Path of the Open Hand was an extremist cult during the High Republic era, based on the planet Dulna. Founded by Sashar Wold, a former Guardian of the Wills, the group believed that any use of the Force was a misuse, opposing organizations like the Jedi Order. Under the leadership of Alicia Zeveron, known as the Mother, the cult acquired a creature called the Leveler, which targeted Force-sensitive individuals. They used the Leveler to disrupt peace efforts, notably on the Moon Jedha, inciting anti-Jedi sentiments and contributing to the Battle of Jedha. Internal conflicts led to a schism within the group. Marta Rowe, a prominent member, reformed the cult into the more militant path of the Closed Fist, declaring war against the Jedi. The original Path of the Open Hand eventually dissolved, with remnants evolving into groups like the Elders of the Path and influencing the formation of the Nile Marauders. The Ascendant. The Ascendant was a dark side cult that sought to replicate Force abilities through advanced technology, aiming to challenge the Sith. They developed artifacts like the Thought Dowser, a device capable of amplifying thoughts to control others, and the Null Blade. The Sith considered the Ascendant heretical and dispatched Dark Seekers to eliminate them. The cult's main temple was on Barleth, where they were developing their ultimate creation, the Spark Eternal. When the Sith attacked, Ascendant leader Meryl sacrificed herself to seal away the Spark Eternal, preventing it from falling into Sith hands. Centuries later, remnants of their technology, such as the Thought Dowser, resurfaced and were encountered by archaeologist Dr. Chelly Lona Afra. Barleth University. The University of Barleth is a prestigious academic institution. The University of Barleth is a prestigious academic institution located on the planet Barleth. It is renowned for its extensive research and studies in various fields, including archaeology and ancient technologies. The university's archives and facilities have attracted scholars and researchers from across the galaxy, making it a hub for academic pursuit and discovery. Notably, the university has been associated with the Ascendant, a dark side cult previously mentioned that sought to replicate Force abilities through technology. This university would also have in attendance Dr. Chelly Lona Afra in her days as a student. Qui-Gon's Council Seat. Qui-Gon Jinn declined a seat on the Jedi Council because his views and philosophy often clashed with the Council's more rigid, dogmatic approach. Qui-Gon valued following the will of the Force over strict adherence to Jedi protocols and policies, which made him an unconventional Jedi. His independent mindset, coupled with his beliefs in prophecies and his willingness to question authority, put him at odds with the more conservative members of the Council. As a result of his refusal, his would-be seat on the Jedi Council was filled by presumably Jedi Master Ki-Adi-Mundi, who was considered more aligned with the Council's ideals and practices. Marva F. the Empire. You know that sweet old lady from the Andor show in her really dramatic and compelling speech at the end of the show, inciting the riot? Yeah, she doesn't say fight the Empire, she says something else, but Disney, being Disney, had to make it something else. So, in the original cut, she is saying, she's dropping an F-bomb, but that's all for this one. I feel like you can kind of tell when you see her say this. When did Poe and Rey meet? This is another one of those how did this happen in the sequel trilogy things. Poe and Rey meet each other at the end of The Force Awakens, yet Poe introduces himself in The Last Jedi as well. Just another example of more sloppy handiwork in the sequel trilogy. Just a lot of inconsistencies here, but that's all. Anzellans. Anzellans are a diminutive, sentient species known for their exceptional technical skills, particularly in droid smithing and engineering. Their small stature, comparable to infant members of other species, allows them to perform intricate work on complex machinery. Notably, Anzellans possess unique eyes with floating corneal microlenses, enabling them to see microscopic details, which enhances their precision in technical tasks. They also have purple blood. And throughout galactic history, Anzellans have been involved in various technological endeavors. During the High Republic era, an Anzellan crew member served on a Solar Array 22X station in the Hetzel system, and engineer Shug Drebor designed the Halcyon Star Cruiser. In the era of the New Republic, a crew of Anzellan droidsmiths operated on Navarro. Prominent individuals included Babu Frick, a droidsmith, and Gintho, a slicer. Anzellans are known to become deeply engrossed in their work, often exhibiting tunnel vision, but their craftsmanship is highly regarded across the galaxy. Endor's many moons. The moons of Endor orbit the gas giant Endor in the Star Wars universe, with the most famous being the Forest Moon of Endor, known for its lush forests and towering trees. The Forest Moon is home to the Ewoks, a primitive but resourceful species. It served as the setting for the pivotal battle in Return of the Jedi, where the Rebel Alliance destroyed the second Death Star. While canon focuses on the Forest Moon, Star Wars Legends expands the lore, suggesting Endor has 9 total moons. Other moons include a barren desert moon and a water moon with vast oceans, though they remain unexplored. Endor's moon system lies on the galaxy's fringe, making it remote and strategically obscure. Eneb Ray. Eneb Ray was a human rebel spy during the Galactic Civil War, operating undercover as a tax collector in the Imperial bureaucracy on Coruscant. Under Leia Organa's orders, he attempted to rescue pro-rebel senators from the Arth Eno prison complex, but fell into an Imperial trap. The mission ended in disaster, with the senators killed and the prison destroyed, allowing the Empire to frame the rebels as terrorists. Traumatized by his failure and disillusioned, Ray's mental state deteriorated, pushing him toward increasingly extreme measures. He later attacked Sunspot Prison, killing Imperial prisoners in an effort to pressure Leia into adopting more ruthless tactics. His plan failed and the Rebel Alliance captured him, but he escaped custody during transport. Chancellor Villecham. Eneb Villecham was a Tarsunt male politician who served as Chancellor of the New Republic during the years leading up to the conflict with the First Order. Representing the mid-rim planet Tarsunt, he was a proponent of peace initiatives following the Galactic Civil War and focused on establishing favorable trade relations with neutral systems in the Trans-Hydian borderlands. Villecham did not perceive the emerging First Order as a significant threat, maintaining this stance despite warnings from General Leia Organa and the Resistance. In 34 ABY, during his tenure, the First Order deployed Starkiller Base to destroy Hosnian Prime, the then capital of the New Republic, resulting in Villecham's death along with the annihilation of the Hosnian system. His leadership is often critiqued for underestimating the First Order's menace, a miscalculation that had catastrophic consequences for the whole galaxy. Project Augur. Project Augur was an Imperial mining operation on the planet Zepho, initiated under Emperor Palpatine's directive to excavate ancient artifacts. The Empire displaced Zepho's inhabitants to facilitate the project, but the planet's electromagnetic winds and hostile fauna rendered much of their mining technology ineffective. Officer Crane, known for her reckless leadership, took command to revitalize the stagnant project, resulting in numerous casualties among her troops and workers due to the mining accidents and wildlife attacks. Crane herself perished while attempting to conceal an artifact she believed would curry favor with the Emperor. The project faced cancellation until former Jedi Padawan Cal Kestis uncovered 2 ancient Zephonian tombs, prompting the Empire to reactivate Project Augur with increased forces, including stormtroopers, purge troopers, and the Second Sister, an Inquisitor tasked with hunting Kestis. The Akash System. The Akash System, located in the Outer Rim's Uplovis sector, comprises of celestial bodies named after natural elements such as land, mountain, thunder, water, and wind, with a space station named Fire. Governed by the Land and Sky Corporation, the system maintains a population of approximately 174.2 billion. It is predominantly human. It has its own currency and language, reflecting its cultural independence. Historically, the Ma family led the initial colonization efforts millennia before in 200 BBY, followed by the rise of the Nan, Z, and Qin families. Despite being a member of the Galactic Republic, the Akash system operates with considerable autonomy, exhibiting a degree of xenophobia uncommon among Republic worlds. Notably, around 300 BBY, the unexplained disappearance of a group of Gotul led to a long-standing aversion among Gotuls towards the system. The system's unique cultural and political landscape is explored in the novel The Vow of Silver Dawn, which delves into its complex societal structures and interactions with the broader galaxy. Solo Star. Solo was the unofficial name given to the microstar hyperspatial singularity that formed when the planet Elam imploded during the war between the First Order and the Resistance. This catastrophic event resulted in the creation of a unique stellar phenomenon. The star was named in honor of Han Solo, a hero of the rebellion who was tragically killed by his son Kylo Ren during the Battle of Starkiller Base. Stone Power. Stone power was an aspect of the Force that was only attainable by being in proximity to blue stone, a type of stone imbued with the living Force. Attaining stone power allowed individuals who were not Force sensitive to be able to perform feats like telekinesis with the blue stone itself. Return of the Tags. The House of Tag was a prominent and affluent human noble family in the Star Wars universe, known for their significant influence and wealth. They owned the Tag Corporation, a powerful megacorporation with mining facilities on Lukazek and various subsidiaries. The family governs a region of the galaxy referred to as Tag Space. Historically, they have been staunch supporters of the Galactic Empire, providing resources and military support. Notable members include Cassio Tag, an Imperial officer who rose to the rank of general after the Battle of Yavin. The Tags have a reputation for exploiting workers and stripping planets of resources, leading to criticism and opposition from various factions. Sith Binding Statues. Binding statues were ancient Sith artifacts designed to imprison the Dringer, a dark-sided, attuned plant species. Crafted from sandstone and adorned with gold and gemstones, these statues depicted various figures: a humanoid queen, an avian, a crowned insectoid, and an amphibian, each with shackles around their wrist, symbolizing restraint. Positioned around a central dais on an Amaxine space station, the statues function as force dampeners, effectively keeping the Dringer in stasis for centuries. During the High Republic era, Jedi exploring the station misinterpreted the statue's purpose and inadvertently disrupted the containment, releasing the Dringer. Realizing their mistake, the Jedi attempted to reposition the statues to re-establish the prison, but were forced to destroy them to combat the Dringer and escape. The subsequent decompression of the station likely resulted in the statues being lost to space. Hunt for Sol Rivas. Hunt for Rivas is a comic story that delves into Captain Phasma's actions following the events of Star Wars Episode VII, The Force Awakens. In this narrative, Phasma embarks on a mission to eliminate Lieutenant Sol Rivas, a First Order officer who possesses knowledge of her role in lowering Starkiller base's shields, a betrayal that led to the base's destruction. Determined to protect her reputation and eliminate any loose ends, Phasma tracks Rivas across various planets, showcasing her relentless pursuit and tactical prowess. The story provides deeper insight into Phasma's character, highlighting her commitment to self-preservation and the lengths she will go to maintain her standing within the First Order. This comic is part of the larger Star Wars canon, offering fans a closer look at the complexities of one of the sequel trilogy's enigmatic antagonists. Grakkus the Hutt. Grakkus Jahabakti Tingi, commonly known as Grakkus the Hutt, was a notable Hutt crime lord who operated on Nar Shaddaa during the Imperial era. Unlike typical Hutts, he had a profound interest in Jedi artifacts, amassing an extensive collection that included lightsabers, holocrons, and even a Delta 7B Aether Sprite class light interceptor. During the Galactic Civil War, Grakkus captured Luke Skywalker, intending to add him to his collection and force him into gladiatorial combat. However, his plans were thwarted when Imperial forces, led by Sergeant Creel, who had infiltrated Grakkus' organization under Darth Vader's orders, intervened, resulting in Grakkus' arrest. Following the fall of the Empire, Grakkus was imprisoned by the New Republic on the planet Megalox. During the conflict between the First Order and the Resistance, he became a person of interest due to his knowledge of Jedi lore and connections to figures like Lor San Tekka. This led to a mission where Resistance's Black Squadron, led by Poe Dameron, sought his assistance, temporarily aligning him to gain valuable information. Luke at Jakku. Luke Skywalker was not present at the Battle of Jakku because by that time he had begun focusing on rebuilding the Jedi Order and searching for lost Jedi knowledge. The battle, which occurred about a year after the Battle of Endor, was primarily a military engagement between the New Republic and the remnants of the Galactic Empire. After the fall of the Emperor, Luke's role in the galaxy shifted from being a soldier in the rebellion to fulfilling his destiny as a Jedi. He sought to understand the deeper mysteries of the Force and recover Jedi lore that had been lost during the rise of the Empire. This quest led him to focus on training new Jedi and tracking down artifacts, such as the search for the first Jedi Temple on Ahch-To. The Battle of Jakku, while pivotal in ending the Galactic Civil War, was a New Republic-led military effort. Heroes like Leia Organa and pilots like Wedge Antilles and Nora Wexley spearheaded the campaign, while Luke continued his path as a Jedi, operating outside the military theater. Blade Squadron. Blade Squadron was an elite B-Wing starfighter unit that served the Rebel Alliance and later the New Republic during the Galactic Civil War. They played a pivotal role in several key battles, including the Battle of Endor, where they successfully destroyed the Imperial-class Star Destroyer, the Devastator. Following the victory on Endor, Blade Squadron continued to be instrumental in the New Republic's efforts against the Imperial remnants. They participated in the Battle of Malastare, during which pilot Gina Moonsong disobeyed orders to attack Moff Pandion's palace. The squadron also saw action in the Battle of Koat and the climactic Battle of Jakku, contributing significantly to the downfall of the Empire. The squadron's emblem featured a B-wing over a lightning bolt, accompanied by the Aurebesh phrase, "Strike as lightning," symbolizing their swift and powerful assault capabilities. Different Jedha Force religions. Jedha, a sacred moon in the galaxy, is renowned for being a spiritual hub, particularly for those attuned to the Force. Its rich history and connection to the Kyber crystals makes it a pilgrimage site for numerous Force-based religions and beliefs. These faiths differ in their practices and philosophies, but they all share a reverence for the Force in its various manifestations. Some of the most notable Force religions and sects on Jedha include the Guardians of the Wills, which include Chirrut Imwe and Baze Malbus, the Disciples of the Wills, who are a broader spiritual group connected to the Guardians, and the Church of the Force, a religious movement that venerates the Force and seeks to restore Jedi teachings after the Order's falls. Another group, known as the Central Isotopers, embrace death as a natural and inevitable aspect of life, believing that understanding mortality brings enlightenment. Anakin wanted to lead the Order at 12. When Anakin Skywalker was 12 years old, he faced a period of frustration and doubt about his place in the Jedi Order. This struggle was explored in Jedi Quest: The Path of Truth by Jude Watson. At this age, Anakin was still adjusting to the strict, disciplined life of the Jedi after his earlier years as a slave on Tatooine. His impatience, emotional volatility, and attachment issues often clashed with the Order's principles, leaving him feeling misunderstood and out of place. During this time, Anakin accompanied Obi-Wan Kenobi, his Jedi Master, on a mission to recover a stolen holocron. The mission was fraught with challenges that tested Anakin's loyalty, resolve, and faith in the Jedi way. His emotional struggles deepened when he learned that the Jedi Order's rules prevented him from contacting his mother, Shmi Skywalker, which only heightened his feelings of isolation and resentment. At one point, overwhelmed by self-doubt and longing for his former life, Anakin contemplated leaving the Jedi Order altogether. He even went as far as packing his belongings and preparing to depart the temple. However, Obi-Wan intervened, providing Anakin with guidance and reassurance. Obi-Wan reminded him of the significance of his destiny, the importance of the Force, and the sacrifices required to fulfill his role as a Jedi. This conversation ultimately convinced Anakin to stay, but the seeds of his inner conflict remained, foreshadowing his eventual fall to the dark side. Boushh, a male Ubiz bounty hunter from the Uba 4, led a crew of fellow Ubiz operative during the Imperial era. His team included Breen, Harek, Eleni, and Tanz, each bringing unique skills to their missions. The crew was known for their efficiency and ability to counter formidable adversaries. On one occasion, Boushh assembled his team to confront the droid forces of an individual named Dai. Despite their efforts, Dai initially overpowered them aboard his ship, the Tri-Sun. Undeterred, Boushh and his crew pursued Dai to Mineshaft 342 on Weldy 3, where they aimed to execute a bounty on the arms dealer Lank. Their persistence in such high-risk operations underscored their reputation in the bounty hunting community. Will Lark at Anakin's funeral. Will Lark was basically this pilot guy from a book series that I forgot to write down, so that's on me. But basically he saw Luke at the funeral pyre where he was burning Darth Vader's body. To me, this seems like a little bit cheap. I feel like that should have just been a moment between Luke and his father. But this guy, Will Lark, was also there. He was just watching creepily at a distance. Chandrilla Sleeper Agents. After the fall of the Empire, sleeper agents were secretly planted on Chandrilla by Imperial remnants to destabilize the New Republic. These agents, brainwashed through Imperial conditioning, were ordinary citizens who remained dormant until activated. During Chandrilla's Liberation Day celebration, the agents carried out a horrific attack, killing civilians and New Republic officials, shaking the government's confidence. The plot was orchestrated by Gallius Rax as part of Palpatine's contingency plan to undermine the Republic while consolidating Imperial power. The attack highlighted the lingering threat of Imperial influence and the vulnerability of the fledgling New Republic. This event sowed distrust and fear, complicating the galaxy's transition from war to peace. Force and Destiny Sourcebooks. The Star Wars Force and Destiny Sourcebooks expand the Force and Destiny RPG by offering new options for Force-sensitive characters. Each sourcebook focuses on specific careers like Guardian or Mystic, introducing specializations, Force powers, and equipment to enhance gameplay. They also delve into Force-related lore, providing narrative hooks, locations, and NPCs for story development. This is basically just a little extra stuff for like Dungeons & Dragons for Star Wars people. Wen Delphis. Wen Delphis is a leader of the Sixth Kin, a criminal organization operating in the South Stretch Workers District of Cantobite on the planet Cantonica. The Sixth Kin is involved in various illicit activities within the city's underworld. Delphis' leadership has established the group as a notable entity in Cantobite's criminal landscape. Cobalt Squadron. The Last Jedi Cobalt Squadron is a young reader's novel by Elizabeth Wine, published on December 15, 2017. The story centers on Rose and Paige Tico, sisters serving as mechanic and gunner respectively in the Resistance Cobalt Squadron. Set just before the events of The Force Awakens, the novel follows their mission to aid the Atera system, which has suffered under the First Order oppression, similar to their home planet Hayes Minor. Rose develops a baffler device to help their bombers evade enemy detection, showcasing her engineering skills. The audiobook version is also narrated by Kelly Mary Tran, who portrays Rose Tico in the films. This novel provides deeper insight into the Tico sisters' backgrounds and their dedication to the Resistance cause. Tanalorr. Tanalorr is a serene, force-rich planet located in the Kobo system, hidden within the hazardous Kobo Abyss Nebula. It was discovered during the High Republic era by Jedi Knight Dagan Gera, who established a Jedi temple there as a beacon of light on the galactic frontier. Due to its seclusion and strong connection to the Force, the planet was ideal for Jedi activities. However, a Nihil invasion forced the Jedi Council to abandon the planet, a decision that enraged Gera and contributed to his fall to the dark side. Centuries later, Jedi Knight Cal Kestis rediscovered Tanalorr during the Galactic Empire's reign. Kestis and his allies sought to use Tanalorr as a sanctuary for those persecuted by the Empire, particularly Force-sensitive individuals supported by the Hidden Path Network. The planet's history reflects its initial promise as a Jedi haven, its abandonment under threat, and its rediscovery as a symbol of hope and resistance. Tanalorr stands as a testament to resilience and the enduring fight for freedom in the galaxy. And shout out to all these people, but hate to break it to you, but Tanalorr is mine. Alright everyone, that's going to be all for Section 5. Next up we're going to move up to Section 6. Or move down, so to say. If you made it this far, thanks for watching. Go watch the other ones if you haven't already. And thanks for 400 subscribers. I'm looking forward to where this series takes us. So yeah, see you in the next one.